Hey everyone, it's Dave here from Sparky Ninja, and I just wanted to have a quick talk about in this podcast your public image and where I'm coming from with this episode today is LinkedIn. Now, there are some people who use LinkedIn as a place to moan and a place to chit chat, but there are some others who actually use it as a job application kind of platform. Now, there was a gentleman this week who posted saying there are no jobs in this industry, there are no jobs around. He's obviously been unemployed, and I don't know him, I'm not networked with him, but obviously someone I'm networked had commented or liked the post, and I just thought I'd offer him some advice. And this electrician had absolutely no image for his profile, and if you actually looked at his profile, he did have a lot of experience, and you could see through his work experience all the different projects he had worked on. But he had no evidence or illustrations or pictures or anything that you could actually use. So if you're a prospective employer and you wanted to look on LinkedIn at his profile, which many potential employers do now, they'll look at you online, they'll even look at your Facebooks, your Instagrams. We put so much content about ourselves online. Sometimes we can put some stuff that we shouldn't be putting on there. And this guy had put obviously just content online saying there are no jobs, I need a job, give me a job. And I kind of gave him some advice. I said, use LinkedIn for a much better use than this. Put a picture of yourself on there so you're much easier to understand. You're much easier to relate to yourself when you look at your profile. Put some pictures up of the work that you've done. You need to turn your profile, and the wording I used was a showroom. You need to change the profile into a showroom of your skills, of your experience. So if anyone does arrive on your profile, particularly because you're looking for work maybe with them, it needs to be a showroom, a portfolio. It needs to be a presentation of your experience and of your skills. And let's not forget your history, your comments, your posts, your likes, your articles, your network. All that could be searched for, especially if the employer is a purchased member of LinkedIn. And if your content on LinkedIn is just job application here, job application there, all a potential employer is going to really see is you kind of moaning or requesting. What they need to see is you being positive, being productive, being a contributor instead of a consumer for content. Provide content online, offer opinions. Then an employer can understand a lot more about you. And then, if you do apply, you're going to most likely, for any work, you're most likely going to last a lot longer in the mind of a potential employer. If otherwise all he sees is your name with a generic thumbnail for your picture and just your history being job application, are there any jobs, I need a job, with a bit of a comment on the experience that you have. Flip it around. If your profile is like this on LinkedIn, you're using LinkedIn for gaining work, just imagine, pop into some of the people you network with or whatever. Imagine if someone was to arrive on your profile wanting to know more about you but not talking to you. Having looked at your profile, will they get an understanding that represents you? Will they understand your ethics, your opinions on industry, your attitude to work, your what you like, what you dislike, where you've worked, your experience, your skills? Can they get that from your profile? If not, start putting that information in there. Okay, spend some time redressing your profile. And who knows, if you are using LinkedIn for that kind of platform, you may start getting a lot more attention. And if you start getting more attention, especially if you create content, then that attention could be productive. Could be quite profitable. I work obviously as self-employed freelance, so I don't really use it as a job hunting platform. I use it as a professional networking platform. But because of the content I've put on there, the opinions and the networks and the likes and the interactions I have with others, I currently work with 4 different companies. I only work for 6 at the moment, but 4 of them I actually contacted me directly through LinkedIn because they kind of knew my reputation already, and it was more a case of contacting me to see if I could do some work with them. All right, so think about what LinkedIn could be for you. Have a think about how you could use it better. If you are self-employed and you're working, obviously, you may find Facebook a lot more productive. But this unique scenario was with regards to LinkedIn, with LinkedIn's profile. So we can talk about other platforms a little bit further down the line. There was a poll on Twitter just last week asking electricians where most of their work comes from. I put, obviously, LinkedIn, because I get most work from there, but I work for clients. I don't work for the public. But most electricians, I think 40% had put Facebook. So we'll talk more about those other platforms further down the line. But right now, have a think about your LinkedIn profile. If you're looking for work with it or you're using it to gain work, how does it look to anyone else? All right. Hope this has been fairly helpful. Have a little think about how your profile looks and understand if you want to improve it or if you don't want to improve it. I'll see you in the next podcast. Cheers. Bye now.